Good evening, everybody. Just to let you know very shortly, in just over half an hour's time, looking forward to doing a live chat with none other than the Moose, Mr. Pete the Moose Dassey. Thoroughly enjoyed yesterday's chats with both Dr. Silkman and Michael Bell Sr. and thoroughly enjoyed last night at the Speedway, watching both the bikes going around at tremendous speed, and even the blue tractor managed to beat the red one, which highly amused my eldest daughter. Now, along the coast of Northumberland, we've got some really quaint little towns, including Berwick and a few others. And further down, likes of Hartlepool and obviously Newcastle itself and various other places like where they filmed the ending scene of Get Carter is 30 miles south of Newcastle. But I wanted to tell you a story, a true story about Berwick upon Tweed, which is folklore here in the Scottish borders, but you might not have heard about this. Anyway, let me share this with you. Put that there. Let's just enlarge it a little bit. I think that'll do nicely. So this article, this one page, Friends of Berwick and District Museum and Archives, Berwick upon Tweed's War with Russia. The story of Berwick's war with Russia seems to have been in circulation for decades. And certainly I heard about it not long after moving up, but its foundation has remained hard to establish. In the 16th and 17th centuries, the town, being, quote, of the kingdom, but not in it, was specifically mentioned in royal proclamations, statutes, and the Book of Common Prayer, etc. The Wales and Berwick upon Tweed Act of 1746 declared and enacted, quote, that in all cases where the kingdom of England or that part of Great Britain called England hath been or shall be mentioned in any act of parliament, the same has been and shall henceforth be deemed and taken to comprehend and include the dominion of Wales and the town of Berwick upon Tweed. Why does Berwick upon Tweed deserve such special attention? It was fought over so many times between England and Scotland. It's the most fought after bit of Britain, bit of England, Scotland, what have you. In certain royal proclamations and state documents, however, the practice of including Berwick upon Tweed was still continued. The tale that Berwick upon Tweed remained at war with Russia following the Crimean conflict is believed to date from about 1914. Peterborough of the Daily Telegraph made reference of this state of affairs in 1935, but in a subsequent article of the 5th of December 1935 went on to say that he was apparently, quote, unduly alarmist in informing the inhabitants of Berwick upon Tweed that they were still at war with Russia. Now, when England declared war on Russia on March the 28th, 1854, Queen Victoria signed the declaration in her full title Victoria, Queen of Great Britain, Ireland, Berwick upon Tweed, and the British dominions beyond the sea. However, when peace was declared, the British representatives, as I stated, forgot all about Berwick upon Tweed. This state of war was not discovered by the Foreign Office until October 1914. Then a separate treaty was hastily concluded between Berwick and the Russian imperial government, which terminated the town's 60-year war. So they were at war, officially at war with Russia for 60 years. It is understood that some years before the outbreak of World War II, an exhaustive search was made by the Foreign Office Library to see whether the story had any foundation in fact, but it failed to bring to light anything either to establish its authenticity or to suggest any circumstances which might have been garbled so as to give rise to this interesting piece of fiction. Inquiries are frequently received about the story, and in an effort to provide an authoritative answer to these inquiries, the Foreign Office was formally consulted on the matter in December 1965. The Foreign Office confirmed that their library had investigated the matter in the 1930s and found nothing to support the story or to show how it had arisen. The following may, however, be taken as the correct position. The date of the formal declaration of war was the 28th of March 1854, and the text of this appears in the London Gazette supplement of that date and in British and Foreign State Papers, volume 46. In this, Queen Victoria is merely referred to as Her Majesty, and in a published declaration to neutral powers issued at the same time, she is referred to as Her Majesty, the Queen of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. The Treaty of Paris, which concluded the war, was signed on the 30th of March 1856 and used the French translation of the Queen's title, La Reine du Royaume-Uni de la Grande-Bretagne et d'Ireland. The name of Berwick appears in neither document, and we must therefore conclude that the story of its war with Russia is yet another of the many romantic fictions which have surrounded the town throughout its long and checkered history. Well, never mind. This photo of Berwick Town Hall captures it in the summer evening sunshine, with the spire catching the sunset light, while the building itself remains mostly in shade. The town hall is owned by the Berwick upon Tweed Corporation, Freeman Trustees. It occupies a prominent place in at the lower end of the High Street facing west. And on a good day, you can actually, on a Saturday night, you can hear the motorbikes from nearly a mile away. And there we go. No, that's not Berwick upon Tweed. That is not Berwick upon Tweed. That is a photograph of the Kremlin in Moscow in all its splendor. The Kremlin was the place where the Russian state was formed. It was and remains the heart of the country's political life and the center of its culture and history. So there you go. It's a well-known story, as I say, in the area that Berwick upon Tweed was at war with Russia. Anyway, it's safe to say that, as far as I know, the Muscovites can sleep safely at night without fear of the people of Berwick invading Russia. I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, as I say, I'll catch you all very shortly in about 25 minutes with the Moose himself. Bye for now.